Hello and welcome to Roma Loves Yoga's YouTube channel. I haven't posted anything publicly in a while, but what I wanted to do today was take some videos that I found online that are simple beginners yoga videos, and when you go to class and people say modify as you need to, but you're thinking, I don't know what that means, or I don't know what that feels like in my body. Hopefully this gives you some options today that you can then take out into your classes when you are thinking, I don't want to do that, or my energy level is not up for that today, or my body doesn't move that way. So we're going to get started. This is a 10-minute flow that I found. There's going to be, I think I'm going to have to slow it down because it is quite fast, so we'll see how we go. But we're going to start in child's pose, which is not necessarily a resting pose for everyone. I know a lot of classes start in child's pose because it's like, you know, a really warm up, calm, allows you to go inwards pose, which is great. So I'm going to suggest that you have 2 blocks and I would grab some pillows. Now, for the child's pose, we can put the block at the middle of our mat so that we can put our forehead on it, and then these are going to be for in between the heels and the buttocks. So let us begin. So you want to take the knees wide, you're going to bring the toes to touch, then just grab your props and just slide them in between, bringing your hands back down to the floor, and then you can just let the bottom come down onto those props so you can settle really easily and nicely down into them. Take as many as you need, and then we're going to put the block underneath the forehead, but if you want to come all the way down to the floor, you absolutely can. And then we're just going to tune into our breath. This is lovely to do at the beginning of any class, breathing in through the nose and then letting it go through the mouth. Just sighing out, letting those shoulders relax, the body relax down into the floor. And then just try to let the bottom half of you just spread and relax down into the floor, and the props can just really help you here. So then this becomes a relaxing pose, you know, no matter how your hips are. And let's just slide the hands back towards the body, press up through the hands, and then just remove those props out of the way. And then we're going to go into our cat-cow. So this is a staple in most yoga classes. We're going to inhale, the chin and seat are going to come up towards the ceiling. You're going to exhale round the spine, tuck the chin, draw belly button up towards the sky. Inhale, chin and seat come up. And exhale round the spine, tuck the chin, draw belly button in. Oh, lovely. Push that floor away. Inhale, chin and seat come up. Exhale round the spine, tuck the chin. One more inhale. Open up across those shoulders, exhale round the spine, tuck the chin, draw belly button in, and you can do this in line with your breath, yeah? Coming back to that neutral spine. Now I'm gonna just grip into the mat here. So we've got our downward dog, hands, middle fingers pointing forwards, weight is moving through the base of the thighs. Now from here, we're going to just engage that core, draw that belly button in so we can feel the core is already working. We're going to lift one knee away from the floor and replace. We're going to lift the other knee and replace. And then we're going to do the right knee and then the left knee. Option in this flow is to lift both knees and then just stay here, which can be quite intense. So if you do one knee then the other, and then you don't even want to take the double knee option, you do not have to. Let's go up into our downward dog, pushing the hips back and high. Don't be scared to move the feet. Yeah? Step the feet in if you need to, bend the knees as much as you need to get that lovely straight spine. We don't want to be seeing a lot of this, So bend the knees, move the chest back. Fabulous. Remember to breathe here, looking through that gap you've created with your feet. And then we're just going to walk the feet up towards the hands. So looking towards the hands, and then you can start to walk them. You don't have to jump them. I'm taking the legs quite wide. I'm going to grab opposite elbow with the opposite hand. Just take a little ragdoll, shaking from side to side. Lovely. And then I'm just going to let the hands drop onto the floor, and I'm going to walk the hands up my shins, up my thighs. I'm going to really slowly uncurl through the spine and bring the head up last. Fabulous. Now from here, in the video that I watched, there's a lot of vinyasa flow. Again, very typical in yoga. No problem. I'm just going to give you some options in case you don't want to do the full-on vinyasa over and over again. Okay, I'm going to do this facing you. Inhale, we're going to take the arms up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to just lean towards the left-hand side on the exhale. Inhale, we're going to come up, and then we're going to go to the other side. And we're going to inhale, come up. And then from here, we're just going to take the hands behind us to the side view again. We're going to leave the chest exactly where it is, just drawing those arms back. Nice open chest. We're going to inhale, come back up. Exhale, we're going to come into that forward fold. I'm going to take my blocks. And then we're going to inhale and come into a halfway lift. I'm going to push the blocks away from me and just bring the weight forward slightly, and then belly button to head, nice long spine. Now from here, I'm going to bend my knees as much as I need to get my hands on the floor. I'm going to slide that right foot away from me, placing the right knee down on the floor, and then bringing the left one to meet it. From here, I'm going to push the weight forwards. I'm on my knees rather than my toes. My shoulders, elbows and wrists are in line. And as I exhale, I'm just going to lower myself down onto the floor. Once I'm down, I'm going to zip my feet together. I'm going to leave my hands underneath my shoulders. I'm going to push the floor away. And then I'm going to look just forward of my mat for a cobra. And then I'm going to come back down. I'm going to tuck my toes under. I'm going to use my thighs and my hands to just help push me up to a half box position, and then go back up into my downward dog. Again, setting my feet where I need them, bending my knees as much as I need to, and taking a breath in. We're going to look up towards those hands. Feel free to walk the hands up, coming into our halfway lift. Exhale, come into that forward fold, and then bring the torso all the way back up. Now from here, I'm just going to do those side bends again. So we're leaning towards the left, exhale, leaning towards the right, coming up, and then pulling those arms back. Step towards the side again, leaving the chest where it is. Inhale, the arms come up, and we go down into our forward fold. We inhale, coming up into that halfway lift, and then from here again, we're going to just come back down onto hands on the floor, bending the knees as much as I need to, sliding that right foot away, bringing the right knee down, and then coming into our box position. Now if plank just isn't your thing, do not worry, you do not have to do it. So we come into our box position instead. We're engaging the core to begin with, taking a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to round the spine, tuck the chin, we're going to move the weight back towards the heels, and then as we inhale, we're going to come forwards, naturally get that little dip in the spine, push the floor away from us, exhale, move the weight back. Inhale, coming forwards, and exhale, round the spine. Inhale, coming forwards. So if the rest of the class is doing a vinyasa at this point, you can just come here, take this movement. You can pause in your box position, you can just do cat-cow here, or you can take this motion in circles, you can take it clockwise, you can take it the other way. Just see what your body feels. I especially love swooping cow though. I just think it feels so nice through the spine, through the shoulders. Just, yeah. I mean, I very rarely do a vinyasa in my flow. Then you can meet everybody in downward dog when they get there. You can breathe. And then you can bring yourself down onto your knees with the rest of the class and be feeling fantastic. So yeah, I hope that helps just with a few ideas as to how you can modify when the teacher is throwing out, you can modify, do what's right for your body, etc. And you're like, but I don't know what that is. So hopefully this gives you a couple of ideas for when you go and a vinyasa comes up. And I will try and do one of these at least once a month, so that we can just pick out some ideas and throw things out there that we can do to adapt yoga to our bodies rather than the other way around. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.